tell you, boys. I'm famous in New York, baby.
Told you dinner, #1 for Christmas. Big old wood on top like this here.
Oh, he's got it. Big left hand from Warrington. Oh, what a great shot. Corcoran just keeps on coming.
Man, I was waiting for everybody to finish their streams. Everybody was doing streams. So I've been ready since like 10 o'clock. Then my fuse had went, so I had to restart and everything. But is the Boxing Voice done? Is the LDBC stream done? Because we got a press conference to watch. And we got to talk about it. Oh, we got a lot of shit to talk about. The purse bid wars. Is it a duck that, Tyson Fury definitely made things a lot more difficult. Wilder Brazil, make it happen. Everywhere I go, the people have been asking about it. So we got to talk. So we got to get through this press conference. This was from earlier. This is the official announcement press conference for Tyson Fury, signing with ESPN or whatever. Let's go.
And he puts him down with the left hand. Oh, somehow Fury has managed to get up. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here today. And those were some of the highlights of an extraordinary 2018. We're going to be joined by a lot of our main fighters coming up for 2019 up here on the stage shortly, of course, including Tyson Fury. But Frank, when you look back, Frank Warren alongside me, when you look back at some of those highlights, 2018 really was something very special.
It was. We had fight of the year, round of the year. We've gone strength to strength with BT. It's been a fantastic journey, and this year is going to be even bigger and better.
When you look at some of those contests, and notably, I suppose, Tyson's fight, Josh's fights, but others as well, it seemed that BT and BT box office were really setting the agenda in terms of competitive fights.
Competitive and quality fights, and fights that should be pay-per-view, and that's the benchmark. And as I say, it's onwards and upwards. All the guys are here today. They've got a great platform to work, to be seen on, not just on BT, but also on the ESPN, so they're getting great exposure in the States. This is a fantastic time to be in boxing for boxers. This is an era now where these guys can go and really make big name for themselves, both sides of the pond, and obviously it can be very lucrative for them.
We've both been around a year or two, but 2019, in boxing terms, British boxing terms, but particularly in terms of BT and BT box office, it's exciting.
Very, very exciting. I'm excited. I promote, obviously, I manage fighters, but most of all, I'm a boxing fan, and it don't get any better than this.
Now, you alluded there to the ESPN situation, and that is really the big news, or one of the big news items of today. Can you just clarify exactly what that ESPN deal is all about?
Yeah, Tyson Fury and Queensberry have signed a long-term deal with ESPN. They will be Tyson's exclusive broadcasters in the States. They have a platform of just nearly 3 million subscribers on ESPN Plus and ESPN. This is going to be something special for Tyson. It gives him a chance to become the guy that you want to fight now. We've not got to go like he had to go to Germany to fight Klitschko, like he had to go to fight Wilder on Showtime. That no longer happens. We had the biggest platform for him to be on, and that means he is in a tremendous position as far as a boxer's concerned, and it's a fabulous deal for him. It
puts you in a stronger position and in a position of long-term strength.
Well, it does. I mean, but ESPN and BT combined with what we're doing with both these, with both the broadcasters, we're in these guys are in a great position, and Tyson's in a fantastic position. He will get all what he wants, which is to be the guy. He's the lineal champion. He's the blue corner. He's not the red corner. That's what he's going to be. He's the blue corner now.
And before we welcome the big fella up onto stage, actually in world terms now, how do you see Tyson Fury's position in stance? How important a player now in the world heavyweight division is he? Is he, in your eyes, number one?
I think in most people he's number one. You look at the social media, most people think he's the number one heavyweight out there. He's the heavyweight that steps up to the plate. He's done it. He goes to the other guy's backyard. He can't do no more than he does. And he's getting the respect from the public for it, certainly from the British public. And also, it must be said from...
I get a lot of support The support I've had over the last few months has been great. Thank you to everybody who supported me. It's been a fantastic journey. So say the
I see
least.
Fury Pulev.
2 years ago, I was down and out.
Or Fury
I
Rivas.
overweight. We've all heard the story a million times. 28 stone, I got addicted to drugs and alcohol, depressed, anxiety, all these things, Frank. And then to come back to look at me today, looking like an Adonis, like, it's a Cinderella story, isn't it?
Cinderella.
It's what dreams are made out of. And I'm living this dream. And I'm here today to tell a massive story. And I'm on tour at the minute, and I'm promoting mental health at the minute, massively. And more than boxing, Frank, I know you don't want to hear this.
I do.
But more than boxing, it means more to me than any boxing match and any contest or any belt I can ever win. I've already won every belt there is to win in boxing anyway. I beat all the do-gooders and all the so-called top men. To me, it's about spreading the word on mental health and helping people around the world. The millions and millions of people who suffer in silence.
Fury
from
Jennings
problems and
possible
can't
too.
come out. If I can come out 7 foot nearly and 20 stone and a big heavyweight champion of the world, then anybody can get help. So it's an amazing story and it needs to be told more.
How proud are you to have got where you are now from where you were? Because, I mean...
It depends on
anybody
how
can
aggressive
see
they want to
looking
be
at
with
you now,
him.
you look like
Do you
an
think
athlete.
his next fight will be a tough
I've
fight?
never looked like an athlete, John, and I don't suppose if I took my shirt off now I'd look like one. I'm just a fat, bald-headed fella who does what he does, and he's good at something, naturally gifted, I suppose. I'm very proud of what I've achieved, because when I started boxing as a young boy, the odds of becoming a world champion is astronomical. I've won every belt along the way, like I just said. It's been an amazing journey. I've had my ups and downs, but, you know...
I'll be at the press conference tomorrow for Joshua Miller. Crazy.
That was a great
As
fight.
the song went.
Yeah.
We're literally going to be live streaming it, like all
And, you
access.
know, I have had a lot of
Crazy.
sunshine, but I've had a lot of rain too, and I suppose it builds character.
Yeah, he'll
It
probably have a
does, it really
showcase
does,
fight.
You know, I'm sat here today, a man who's had glory, fame, and lots of pain too. So I'm an experienced campaigner in the division. Not only can I talk about boxing and know what I'm talking about, I can talk about all the other things because I'm experienced and I've been there and wore the T-shirt. So it's great. It's a new chapter for me. I'm in my second career anyway. This is my third career now with ESPN as well. So I've had a million careers, a million lives, and I'm just so thankful for everyone who keeps giving me the opportunities. And all I've got to do is just keep winning and keep doing what I do best. Training.
It started at 3 o'clock,
keeping out of
2
trouble,
o'clock,
staying on
1:30,
the
I think.
And I think I'll be all right.
Well, let's talk about the two big names, about Deontay and, of course, about AJ, about Anthony Joshua, who's got his own fight coming up in June. But Deontay, first of all, having had that fight in December the 2nd in Los Angeles, how much now do you actually burn for the chance to get in there and complete, really, what you started but didn't actually finish?
To be honest, I'm happy with whatever happens in my life, whatever cards I'm dealt, I'm happy with. Whatever's happened before, I'm happy with everything because I'm healthy and well sat here. You know, on the same night, Adonis Stevenson got a bit of brain damage or whatever, and hope he gets well soon and all that. But we're in a very dangerous sport. And not only more than winning, and like I said, more than any fights, to go home healthy to my family is a massive thing. I've got 5 kids and a wife, and if I got brain damage, it'd be the end of everything. There would be no continuing. So it's a very dangerous world we live in. I'm just very thankful to be sat here healthy and well-minded and fit as a fiddle and healthy as a trout. You know, Deontay Wilder, great guy, top fella, good fighting man, but to me, he's still a big useless dosser. And they had to rob me in America to get a decision. Well, they never got a decision, they got a draw. They've basically messed me record up by giving me a big old blue tick on my record. It is what it is. I can't complain. I'm healthy.
Some shit about Austin
I'm out of
Trout.
trouble, which is the most important things you can be in life.
Frank, where does Anthony Joshua sit in all of this?
Ooh, we gonna
Because,
get...
everybody who follows boxing, as well as wanting Deontay Wilder against Tyson, are wanting Anthony Joshua against Tyson.
We did try to make the fight, and it's very simple. It was a 50-50 fight, but they didn't want it. They wanted to keep all the money. And to be quite honest, I don't think they even wanted the fight because no one approached us to make the fight at all. So he's now going to the States. He's fighting his name, Big Baby Miller. He's fighting him out there. And that'll be his debut in America on the Zone. So they'll get on with their business. Do we want to make the fight? Would we like to see the fight? Of course we'd like to see the fight. But you know what? We're on a bigger platform with more subscribers. You know, ESPN in the States is a massive channel.
Number
It's the
one
biggest
in sports.
channel out there. It's got, as I just said, it's got the most subscribers. So Tyson's got the shop window.
And they got the UFC
I think
now.
They have to come to us to make this fight now. The game has changed dramatically as far as that's concerned.
What a difference a year makes.
What a difference! What a difference a few months make. It's
Different
and
few
that's
weeks
it,
can make.
Yeah, and I've got to be honest, and it's only happening for one reason and one reason only, because of Tyson. From where he's come from to where he's got himself to. I mean, you know, this didn't happen because of me or anyone else. It's because of himself. He
No, that's it
committed
tomorrow,
himself
man.
To getting back into the ring, he committed himself to getting himself well, being a dad again. And
Actually, really, I'm looking forward to going. I'm really looking forward to it.
That is an achievement in itself.
And I hate going
The
to
rest
media
of it can
events.
just fall into place now.
December the 2nd, he completely changed the landscape, didn't he?
I think, well, he did. There's no doubt about that. But for me, I've always.
Now, we're going to talk about it. Let's get through this first.
I felt when he fought Derek Chisora the second time, I really thought Derek Chisora was going to beat him, and he took Derek to
Come on,
school.
Frank. Show some respect.
No,
mate.
I am.
For a chin,
He was coming off. He was coming off a good run of fights, and he's struck with. Look what he's done with Dylan White. He only lost, but he got stops, and it was nothing. He was winning the fight. But the facts of the matter is, you took him to school, and that for me, you know, I've become a massive convert that night. And I said that night to you, you'll beat Klitschko, which you went out and did in the other guy's backyard. But you make things happen, and you've made this happen.
ESPN fights do be lit as
It's all
fuck.
credit to you.
Tyson, if you could look at your remaining years, however many they may be in boxing, how much do you actually want to be able to get away from it one day and say, yeah, I fought everybody and I beat everybody, in which case you would have to fight Anthony Joshua?
Definitely going to be prolonged.
Listen, boxing is boxing. I suppose you can only fight who's available. And most of the time, all these big fights happen. Sometimes they never happen. And am I going to cry about it when I'm an old man, multi-millionaire, sat down in my chair with every belt in boxing, and, you know, such a bad life? Am I going to cry about a fight that never happened? No, not interested. Whatever fights happen, Frank's the promoter. Frank, do you know, I was just on the phone with Max
Hold
Kellerman.
on. Let me pause this here just to give you guys a disclaimer on what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be listening to some interviews from Frank Warren after the press conference. You know, and basically, let's be honest. Wilder Fury 2 is not next. Fury is coming over here to establish himself in the United States. Where is his next fight going to be against who? We don't know. Bryant Jennings is very logical. See, here's the thing. He just signed his new contract, which means they're going to build him up over here. So I don't expect, unless it's Wilder, they do some old crazy shit, I expect for him to fight somebody along the lines of Oscar Rivas or Bryant Jennings. You know, maybe Pulev. That would be aggressive right there. But right now, we got to talk about it. It's too complex and this shit is deep. This shit changed everything. It changed everything. We got to talk about the WBC purse bid, because guess what? Wilder Fury is still going to purse bid. We got to talk about it. But let's get through this first. No, it can happen. Even though he got KO'd, it can happen, though, because the WBO is next in line. Oh, listen, we got to talk about it. Let's get through this first. So y'all want to watch the whole thing? They got Billy Joe on here, too. At the end. Yeah, we're going to skim through it. We're going to watch all the Fury and Frank Warren part. But with the rest of the fighters, because there's other fighters on here, too. We're going to, you know, but let's get back to work.
And he said something to me that was very, very, very true. He said, there's expectations.
Yeah, I'm going to cut it.
And then there's deliverance.
Correct.
So I can expect all these big fights to happen. Now with Frank and ESPN and Top Rank, just so many big names combined. You look over there, all the names are there, and them three people are going to control boxing, as far as I'm concerned. So my expectation is colossal. But the deliverance, I'll tell you this time next year. And if we're all shite, I'll let you all know. But I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic journey. Like we say, it's all about deliverance, isn't it, Frank?
It is.
Frank said I'm going to have 3 fights this year. Hopefully I will. I had 3 fights last year in 6 months. So we've got 12 months now, Frank. Well, 10 now, because we're at the end of February, to do 3 fights. And I'll be looking forward to keeping busy, very busy.
That's the name of the game. That's what we're here for.
And that's it.
Well, last word from you then, Frank, about Tyson and
they're going
what's
after
coming up.
Joshua.
When
I think they're done
can
with
we
Wilder.
expect to see him back in the ring?
I spoke to Bob Arum last night. We're trying to sort the date out. I'd like to get it. Well, he wants to fight latest in May.
I want to fight next week.
I know you do. You look like you could fight next week.
I'm ready.
We're
ready to fight.
going to work on that, and hopefully within the next week we'll have the date nailed down. But there's a lot of negotiations got to go on. It's not just about when.
Yeah, Top Rank is they're getting heavyweights and they're getting the mandatory spots. Listen, her and AJ in some trouble. They got some. Listen, I'm going to be at the press conference tomorrow. It's at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. So basically, it's going to be starting tomorrow about an hour and a half from now. It's going to be streamed live on The Zone, on Matchroom, and The Zone, all Twitter. It's going to be everywhere. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to be doing my own stream from inside the arena. He'll probably be in Verona. Probably Verona. But, oh, man, this shit is getting crazy. But we got to talk about what Wilder's going to do.
And also getting certain fights made.
10 now, because we're at the end of February, to do 3 fights, and I'll be looking forward to keeping busy, very busy.
That's the name of the game. That's what we're here for.
And that's it.
Well, last word from you then, Frank, about Tyson and what's coming up. When can we expect to see him back in the ring?
I spoke to Bob Arum last night. We're trying to sort the date out. I'd like to get it. Well, he wants to fight latest in May.
I want to fight next week.
I know you do. You look like you could fight next week.
I'm ready.
We're
ready to fight.
We're going to work on that, and hopefully within the next week we'll have the date nailed down. But there's a lot of negotiations got to go on. It's not just about when it's, and also getting certain fights made. So there's a lot to do, a lot of work to do. Because no one knew about this until today. This was a secret within the industry. I'm sure it's a big shock for Deontay Wilder this morning and his team that this has happened. So we've got a lot of telephone calls and meetings before we can move forward.
Tyson, we all wish you all the best. I hope 2019 is going to be a big success for you.
Listen, the most important thing for me would be in 2019 to be sat here and
I think so. Beast Mode, B Mode, whatever you got their name in.
If I'm healthy and well and out of trouble, I've had a very successful year. So I'll see you all at the end of 19 and we'll see where we got to. All the best. Thank you very much.
Quietly, well, it hasn't been quiet. Top Rank has been on Showtime. Ash, did y'all notice that? And you know something? I kind of knew something was up because every time Bob Arum start getting more and more vocal about Al Heyman, something happens. So notice how, like, you know, he kept doing those interviews like a couple months ago. We kept like talking all this shit about Heyman. The last time he did that was when they launched the lawsuit against PBC. Remember, Al Heyman has only taken one unconfirmed L ever in the history of boxing, and that's that Top Rank lawsuit where they settled it, and basically it was a confidentiality agreement in place, so basically it couldn't be said that Al Heyman had lost. This is some true shit that the LDBC or people won't talk to you about, but go look it up. It is the reason why Top Rank was able to get over onto PBC, and from what I'm understanding, let me not confuse myself. From my understanding, is Bob Arum actually helped out Al Heyman inadvertently because ESPN was mad as shit at Al Heyman that he wasn't delivering him with the fights. Remember the last PBC on ESPN fight was that bullshit Landy Lara versus the guy that Berto had fought. I forgot his name. And it was like empty lawn chairs and shit. It was horrible. But anyway, moving on.
Tyson in great form as ever. And Frank, before we turn our attention to immediately upcoming promotions, let's talk as well about some of the other guys who are going to be involved in months to come. Notably, I guess, first up, Josh Warrington, who had that fantastic fight on 22nd of December and an incredible fight open air at Elland Road as well. And he's got a...
Oh, no, we're not going to listen to that. We got to go to Billy Joe part. Where Billy Joe? Oh, I can't wait to get to Anthony Yard, but we're gonna do that in another video. We gotta focus on Wilder Fury. And let's listen to Billy Joe. Where's he at?
In the middle, Bill. No, go on, you jump in the middle.
Billy, good to see you. And first of all, Frank, the news, I guess, to start with, is that Billy is moving right back immediately into world title contention.
He is. He's moving up.
I would not be surprised if Billy Joe Saunders fights Jesse Hart for that vacant WBO title with some maneuvering. I forgot who the other guy is ranked #1. I would not be surprised. The WBO title is vacant. Gilberto Ramirez had moved up. He vacated. It's official. So Billy Joe Saunders is now at 168 pounds. This is the announcement.
The news, I guess, to start with, is that Billy is moving right back immediately into world title contention.
He is. He's moving up a weight to super middleweight, and he's going to challenge the mandatory challenger Shefat Ezoufi for the vacant title.
Is that guy's name? I think that probably was his name. Oh, all right. Well, we're gonna get to that. Let me stop pausing. We're gonna get to that, and then likely he'll fight Jesse Hart if he wins.
Sufi, a name that people won't know a huge amount about. Tell us what you've been able to learn, Billy.
That we're both fat bastards. That's for sure. One, because he come down from heavyweight to cruiserweight. Now,
well, see, I knew this was going to happen too. Battle 619. You made a very good point. I knew this. I put it this way. In the back of my mind, I don't know why I wasn't talking about it. Well, actually, I was talking about it. BT Sport, Frank Warren, they signed an exclusive deal with Top Rank. So when it came to, put it this way, I knew Billy Joe Saunders was going to have to head over. And when it came to, Frank Warren, this is the reason why I respect him. Because he did not let the networks shit get into the way when it came to Billy Joe Saunders and Demetrius Andre. And then he didn't let the shit get in the way when it came to Wilder versus Fury, because his fighters are supposed to be exclusively fighting on ESPN, and Frank Warren and guys like even Carl Frampton is supposed to be fighting on ESPN. No, well not linked. They have been linked, but they have an official contract now. It's not like we learned with Dylan White where Eddie Hearn literally deceived us. Think about it. Now, I like the man. He's a cool dude. But we were thinking that his fighters, and I got an interview when I talked to him, we were thinking that his fighters were exclusive to the zone. They aren't.
That's super middle. He's had some.
But now all Frank Warren fighters are exclusive to ESPN now.
That people won't know a huge amount about. Tell us what you've been able to learn, Billy.
That we're both fat bastards. That's for sure. One, because he come down from heavyweight to cruiserweight, now to super middle. He's had some good wins. It's just a new chapter for me. I mean, middleweight, I tried everything to make the big fights happen. My David Lemieux.
Wait, Sky Sports is the ESPN of the UK, correct? And BT Sport over there is like Fox Sports over here in the States, my understanding, right? See, here's the thing. The UK people won't understand because they don't know how big ESPN is over here. So, for example, I have to explain to people how big Sky Sports is over there. And from my understanding, BT Sport is #2, right? But they're making power moves to try to, like they've been making power moves over the last year and a half, cleaning their shit up.
Performance.
He is.
We got to get through this. So let me, I had to rewind this back.
Moving up a weight to super middleweight, and he's going to challenge the mandatory challenger Shefat Ezoufi.
Like NBC Sports? Oh, that's kind of low.
Shefat Ezoufi, a name that people won't know a huge amount about. Tell us what you've been able to learn, Billy.
That we're both fat bastards. That's for sure. One, because he come down from heavyweight to cruiserweight, now to super middle. He's had some good wins.
Well, ESPN is bar none #1
for me. I mean,
by a big ass mile.
I tried everything to make the big fights happen. My David Lemieux performance. There were the Canelo fight, the Golovkin fight we chased. So it's just about giving myself another option now instead of looking in that one room. Now I can go back down to middleweight, start super middleweight. So wherever the big fights present themselves, I'm there.
brief apology about the word which
Sorry
came
about
out
the,
there.
What, fat?
And
Fat, yeah.
we'll carry on though from there. You look back at 2018, and there've been things, I guess, really, which, with the benefit of hindsight, you wouldn't have wanted to have happened.
Yeah, look, everything happens for a reason. You know, 2018 was a terrible year for me in my boxing career, to say the least. But you know, when you get knocked down, it's not, you know, staying there. It's how you come back. And you know, I got Tyson Fury I look up to, chat to him every day, and see what he's come through. This gives you that little bit of more belief. And you know, you can sit down, mope around, and you know, feel sorry for yourself, or you can get on with it and think, right, well, I'm going to get straight back where I left off. And
if you think about it, this is kind of pretty telling, you know, because he damn sure know that he can't exploit that oxoxyphene nasal spray loophole anymore. So what is he doing? Moving up in weight, make weight more comfortably. Because remember, he was cutting a lot. He blows up between camps, you know. And over in the UK, he was using that shit as a fat burner. But you know, he lost his belt. So it's the smart move for him to move up to 168. However, you know, the power up there, I mean, you know, he got the skills. I don't know. We're going to have to see.
you know, so I'm here. So I'm at the fighting for the super middleweight world title.
That shit definitely was a secret weapon. That's how he was able to cut all that weight. I did a lot of research on it. That's how he was able to cut that weight. So he had them. So, you know, I get it. And I'm thinking, well, damn, could he make 160 without it? Looking like maybe he can. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. Hold up. There we go.
Chapter, you know, how will I be at the weight? You know, will I be a better fighter? Will it not suit me as much? Time will tell.
There was the business of not getting the fights in America because of the drugs issue,
Yep.
rightly or wrongly.
Yep.
I know that you've got legal action against the board, the states responsible for that over there, and also the business which brought you the £100,000 fine from the British Boxing Board of Control regarding the video. Now, without going into details of that, I guess both things you would say, I wish I'd not done that.
Yeah, you know, for the drugs one, first of all, I didn't do anything wrong. You know, from the British Boxing Board of Control's eyes, I was fit to box anywhere in the world, and from other drug testing agencies, I was fit to box. It was just the VADA one that wasn't happy of what they found. But you know, it's very strange because I allegedly failed on the Wednesday, but passed on the Saturday, the second sample. So, you know, it was one of them. But you know, that's behind me now, and you can mope about it. And you know, the video is just, you know, getting carried away with myself, a little bit stupid, very stupid. I got rightly dealt with for it. So you know, but all that is behind me now. I'm putting, you know, a new chapter in my boxing career on. I want to get back bigger and better than ever, you know. So super middleweight world title is the way forward. We've got some big fights happening the weekend at that. I would love the winner. You've got Callum Smith, you've got all them big fights. So if the Golovkin and Canelos now don't win it, maybe I can get a big one in the UK.
And you're only 29. I mean, people think you've been around a long time, but you're not an old guy. You've still got time to do all this.
Yeah, listen, I mean, look, I'm not one of these. Anybody who knows me, you know, I get heavy, but I'm not one of these who go drinking and partying. I'm not one of those. So I've got plenty of life left in me, and you know, I'm willing to fight anybody at the weight, anybody at all, from super middleweight to middle. It's down to Frank to make them. You know, he's delivered what I asked for. I said, look, Frank, I boxed in Manchester. It was just to get me a run out, and to get a young kid Denver to do the ring walk, really. So that was inspiring to do that, and who sadly passed away, God bless him. And after that, I said, Frank, you know, back in the new year, I want a world title fight. So him and my team got together and come up with this, and I think it's a very good move to put me in position for the big names.
Was there any points during that last year when you thought, I can't be bothered with this anymore?
No, I think that, look, boxing is one of them sports. You know, somebody can be a superhero for one night, the next night, then, you know, they get beat the next fight and they're a nobody again. Everybody remembers, you know, the losses and, you know, forgets about the wins. And I think that, you know, it's about how you present yourself. And I didn't really present myself or do myself any favours in 2018. So I didn't really, you know, it do get you down, but I didn't really think like that. In the back, even if I said it out loud, in the back of my mind, I thought, I know what I got to get back.
I know what I think, Frank. I mean, when somebody mentions Billy Joe, I think of December 2017 and that phenomenal performance in Montreal when he did David Lemieux.
It was one of the best overseas from a British fighter. You know, as far as boxing is concerned, there's no doubt about that. You know, last year, some things self-inflicted, other things unfairly done. As far as I'm concerned, with Massachusetts, as I say, some stupid things done, but that's it. That's gone. You can't change it. Today's what counts. He's a great fighter. You know, he's done it. He's always, whenever it come down to it, he's pulled it out and he's done what he's had to do. He's now another phase of his career. He's become a two-weight world champion. If he comes through that, then there are some great opportunities for great domestic matches, as well as the Canelos. You know, Canelo will never fight Billy Joe, ever. Never fight him. They don't fancy that fight. That Lemieux fight, I said at the time to him, immediately after the fight, we will never be able to make that fight. You know, we're sitting there and I'm watching the Golden Boy team and I looked over to say we're going to do it, and they did not want to know. And as for Golovkin, he signed for him twice. We signed the contracts twice, sent them back. That didn't happen for various reasons. So we got to make things happen. So there's some great fights there. Callum Smith, the winner of the fight this weekend. You know, I don't know who the winner's going to be. Out the two of them, it depends which DeGale. That fight for me is all about James DeGale. What James DeGale shows up. It's going to be a fella who lost against Truax here get beat. But if it's, you know, if it's a good James DeGale, he should win the fight. But whatever happens, they are great going to be. And things happen. Golden Boy team.
Y'all see Frank flipping the bird? Is he trying to send a message to like Golden Boy? Look, he gonna give him the finger. Watch this.
And I looked over to say we're going to do it, and they did not want to know. And as for Golovkin, he signed for him twice. We signed the contracts twice, sent them back. That didn't happen for various reasons. So we got to make things happen. So
with this whole Tyson Fury news, I would not be surprised if Golovkin go to the zone. I'm into ESPN now. I would not be surprised. Like, because I didn't expect this shit.
Great fights there. Callum Smith, the winner of the fight this weekend. You know, I don't know who the winner's going to be. Out the two of them, it depends which DeGale. That fight for me is all about James DeGale. What James DeGale shows up. It's going to be a fella who lost against Truax here get beat. But if it's, you know, if it's a good James DeGale, he should win the fight. But whatever happens, they are great domestic fights now to be made. Big money fights for these fellas. And that's where he wants to be. He wants to be in fights that appeal to him. The harder, the tougher the fight for Bill, the better you get out of him. The better his boxing brain is, the more of a challenge that he wants to overcome. That's where he's at. And you know, now, and I think you mentioned earlier, you know, seeing where Tyson has been, seeing what Tyson's been able to do. They both come from the same community. That's an inspiration for him. I'm not saying that all to, you know, like blowing sugar and up his backside and so forth. That, it is an inspiration. Now it's all up to him. The only one who can ruin Billy Joe Saunders' career now is an exceptional boxer, and they're going to have to be exceptional to beat him, or Billy Joe Saunders. And the biggest threat is Billy Joe Saunders to himself. So it's provided he can stay focused, look at him now, he looks well, he looks fit, provided he stays focused, on the right road, he can go down as being one of the great fighters of this 21st century from Britain. He can do it. You've seen it. You've seen him, as you said, against Lemieux and so forth. He's got it in him. And what he did when he beat Saunders. Sorry, beat
Eubank.
Beat Chris Eubank, when he beat him. You watched that fight. I know he was 70%. He's never said it. He was 70%. He weren't 100% for that fight. And he won the fight. Looking at the two of them now, my God, I know I'd have my money on big time.
So, another big fight for
I want some of that
viewers.
nasal spray.
BT subscribers. It's for the subscribers.
I want some nasal spray.
On the 13th of April at Wembley. So he's got home advantage. He's got everything we can to deliver him. He's got the platform. He's got the fantastic broadcaster behind him. And the subscribers, I know, are going to be in for a treat on the night.
And there'll be a few people who'll have booked hotel rooms on April the 13th, I'm sure, at Wembley. And a certain big fight's not going to be happening. Another big fight is going to be happening. So get
we
yourself
always
down.
knew there was going to be a big fight at Wembley on the 13th, and we made it happen.
Billy, last word for you. They're calling it Redemption Night. You want to produce something special?
I would love some nasal spray and some tainted, give me some double tainted meat.
And show that you're a real fighter again.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for me, it's about that want, and you don't really know what you got till it's gone. But I will be super middleweight world champion, and this year is sink or swim. So I just want to say a big thank you to, obviously, Frank Warren Promotions. Big thank you to BT Sport and my management, MTK. So look forward to seeing you all there, and a good night.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah, pause, no homo. Let's go listen to something from Frank Warren. He seems to be a little bit frustrated from our guy, Radio Raheem. All right, just a little part. Let me see, a little part. Tell me if I can hear it. Can y'all hear it?
A great platform. It actually means that we haven't got to go and fight on a PBC show, that we haven't got to go to somebody else to fight one of the champions. He's the Lineal champion. He's now got the might of ESPN behind him. They got, was it nearly 3 million subscribers out there. So it's a game changer. Now, that doesn't mean we don't want to make the fights. Of course we want to make the fights. We want to make the first one if it weren't the case. And it doesn't mean that, you know, for example, any of those guys don't come and fight on ESPN or BT.
Yeah, well, you know these guys are not coming to ESPN.
Well, let me tell you, what are they? They're professional fighters. They want to make money. So let's just put it this way. So Deontay Wilder, you know, to come and fight Tyson, that's a big payday for both the guys. So if they don't fight each other, they ain't going to get, well, certainly Deontay's not going to get. Is he going to earn big money? Where's he got a big money fight? There's only one other fight he can make, and that's against Joshua, and he's fighting. So why shouldn't he come and fight him there? I don't understand that at all. You know, Al Heyman isn't a promoter, is he? He's an advisor.
Yeah.
So why shouldn't his fighter go and fight for somebody if they make an offer that they feel is acceptable? They may not feel it's acceptable. Who knows? But you know, Tyson's not tied into anybody now. But now he's done the deal. We've done a deal with ESPN and Top Rank.
Was the news just news to the fans and some of the media, or had you had a conversation with Wilder's camp before? Were they aware of this before it was announced?
No one was aware of this. We kept it very quiet, and that was what we agreed to do, that no one would be until today, because we had to get, it's all very well agreeing it, and the lawyers had to get involved and knock the contract up and get it into place. So it took a bit of time to do that.
Any chance I can get on the conference call when you actually have a conversation with these guys? How do you imagine that's going to go?
Ooh, why? What do you mean? How's it going to go? Well, I'm in Tyson Fury business. I'm not going to share what anybody thinks. At the end of the day, I've got to do what's right for Tyson Fury. That's all I care.
I mean, honestly, Frank Warren did have a bit of a bad reputation like years ago, but over the last, like, you know, like he been doing good. Like, it seems as though he's been doing real good by his fighters, you know. And what he's saying is the truth. It's like, hey, listen, you know, when it comes to these fights, it's all about who's going to pay the most money, right? Who's going to pay the most money? And right now, if ESPN is willing to pay more money for Wilder versus Fury, you know, too, then that's where it should go. Now, let me tell you some real shit. Y'all know me. Hold up, wrong screen. Y'all know me. Al Heyman is like, you know, like, how can I say it? I love Al Heyman, man. Thank you, Al Heyman. Can you say thank you, Al Heyman, in the chat? I have a high amount of respect for Al Heyman. I know a lot of shit about that man, some dark shit. And, you know, the not so dark, the good stuff. But he has a reputation for, like, keeping his fighters under, like, his banner because he has enough of them. But in this case of Wilder versus Fury, ESPN will offer more money. But however, man, they're not going to be able to do all access like that. They're not going to be able to do all access. But we do know what ESPN is, they're going to sell the shit out of that fight. ESPN, I think, with Wilder, put it this way, I think that with ESPN's reach and, you know, I think they may be able to do better pay-per-view numbers, maybe pay-per-view numbers. May whatever happened. Pay-per-view numbers. Then Showtime. What am I talking about? I forgot. Thank you, Al Heyman. Damn it. They do have Mark Kriegel, though. And like that ESPN presentation is fucking awesome, man. But now that we've had it on Showtime, I want to see it finished on Showtime. You know? This is a power move. This was a big power move by Frank Warren. They're going after Anthony Joshua. And more importantly, you can tell that there's some collusion involved. because Wilder was trying to freeze out. Oh, this is crazy. So now who is Wilder going to fight? He got to fight Dylan White. They got to throw that money at Dylan White. It's got to be Dylan White. You think Frank Warren is saying that nobody knew about this until today? So he's got to get on the phones. Can you imagine how pissed Shelly Finkel's going to be when he get that phone call? Or when he saw this shit, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'd be pissed. Steven Espinosa and Showtime. Remember, they're all rivals. ESPN has enough power to put Showtime out of business in regards to boxing. But they can't, actually. Al Heyman has all the fighters. That's when people used to say PBC was going to go out of business and go under. I was like, how? Al Heyman has the fighters. Those are assets. Whenever he feels like he can make super fight after, not super, but great fight after great fight after great fight. Whenever he feels like it, he can make Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence. You know? But Al Heyman has a bit of a bad relationship. Reputation in regards to waiting for fighters to get older, waiting for fighters to like have an injury that he knows about, and then say, let's make this one fight with him now. Like, his tactics are shrewd, they've been working, but at the same time, these people like Tyson Fury and Frank Warren, they know we're not going to sit around and wait for him no more. Al Heyman used to have that stroke to be able to keep people waiting for him, you know, and waiting for his fighters. Now it's not the same no more. They're like, all right, y'all slowly rolling with these negotiations. We're going to go sign with ESPN. They know that the Wilder Fury fight is likely dead now. You know? Heyman has the fighters, but his top paid fighters are under promotional contracts. I'm confused. What do you mean by that? He got to make the fights happen. People not playing with him no more. Like, they literally teaming up against him. Like, his faction, don't get me wrong, I love PBC. However, I don't like their fucking media tactics. That's goddamn, you know, but overall, how can I say it? I just don't get it, man. He needs to show his face for an interview? Nah. It's too late for that. However, if he did, that shit would be fucking world news. Yeah, Frank, I mean, listen, you can, like, this is a power, it's for the fighter. Tyson Fury is signed with ESPN. We may be mad that the fight Wilder Fury is not happening. Or it may not happen, but Tyson Fury is getting this crazy payday. How can we be mad at that? You know? No, I want to see Eddie Hearn. Listen, tomorrow press conference just got bigger for Joshua versus Miller. So once again, I'm going to be there. Oh man. And also, you know, I'm back. You know, I'm back full time. You know, like I talked to my partners and everything. We're going to be monetized soon, you know, and we're at war. Obviously, we're at media war. You know, our job is to cover the sport. That's it. You see that up there at the top? It says some shit like about no slob knobbing. We're not doing no slob knobbing for media credentials. We're not going to try to take advantage of the black people's ignorance like the LDBC does. Yeah, I'm taking care of my foot. I'm going out there with this on. I'm sitting here in my drawers with a hoodie on. Now, I have some basketball shorts on. But yeah, I'm going out there. I didn't watch the Showbox card. Nope. So yeah, tomorrow, you know, is the Joshua. In fact, let me take a little gander at Twitter and see if Deontay, or social media, see if Deontay Wilder uploaded a rant. I'm getting all kind of notifications from ESPN. So yeah, very, 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 very busy week. You a gimp, motherfucker. Deontay Wilder's co-manager Shelly Finkel had declared that they will still want to make the Tyson Fury rematch, and now hopes to do a deal with Showtime and ESPN working together on the fight. How does that? Whoa. Let's find some clips. There's got to be some clips around here somewhere that we can watch online. Oh, I'm looking. Whoa, now they want to work with other people now, huh? This is crazy. Hold on, I'm looking for something. I'm trying to get us some clips. People be dumb.
He called me back right when I was watching the Fanon stream. He called me back. So
I told him that position that I'm in.
Guess what we're doing? Guess what we're going to do to show our power and stroke? We're going to listen in to Deontay Wilder on the leader of the LBC's channel. What do you have to say, Deontay? This is live right now. Go over to 78 Sports TV. Let me show you how much stroke I got. We're going to listen to this live.
As well, too. We're talking about generational wealth, man.
right.
So, I appreciate everybody, always concerned about, I hear people go back and forth with the person and stuff, but people really never know, It's a lot goes on, It's so much to keep up with, and people always think they have the information and know what they're talking about, but I always say don't worry about it so much,
Right.
As long as we get great fights, that's all that matters, I know my worth, my team know my worth, and it's gonna be amazing. My career is gonna be amazing. Especially when at the end of it. You're definitely talking to a future Hall of Fame or one of the one that.
Nah, I like 78. I just don't fuck with all them other LZBC fucking weirdos.
There's only one champion right here, one face right here, and that's Deontay Wilder. So, and then on the other.
Yeah, this is live right now on this channel. I'm just skimming through the earlier parts to see if he's talking about Fury.
No,
Exactly. He's underground media. I don't get that. If when I used to be underground media, I was fucking destroying. But we're not underground media no more. So,
People should be interviewing the other side, Josh's side. That really knocks them out of the equation because he signed with his own, and and Fury signing with ESPN, so that kind of knocks them guys all the way out. They really don't have no one now. So so we in a good position, man.
Absolutely.
How did y'all feel about it?
Yeah, man. When I first heard it, I ain't gonna lie, I was pissed off because I'm like, I got an email from Top Rank saying that they signed Fury, and I'm like, okay, well, I know Showtime and Al Heyman have some issues with Bob Arum, ESPN. It seemed like the fights be hard to make, so it looked like a duck move by Tyson Fury. But if this move does not affect the rematch, then I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, we heard a lot of funny stuff coming from Tyson Fury's team the whole time after the first fight, saying that.
Nah, he got the email. We all got the email. That's where I'll show you. We all got the email. I was driving when I got it, and I was like, what the fuck? I had to look at it again. Like, yeah, we all got the email. Oh, let me show y'all. This is what it looks like. This was early this morning. Well, my time early. Yeah. So they're saying that, yeah, I know, right? These are all press releases. This should be like killing me. These are all press releases, like newsletters and shit. All press releases. My tickets for tomorrow. Fucking fight week media schedules and shit for fucking Anthony Durrell. Shit like that. But, man. So, it's looking like that they're saying that the Wilder Fury 2 can still happen. But do you think that with his new top, oh man, how though? That means Bob Arum, all right, 78, we got to get you off the goddamn screen. So by the way, let me tell you guys, for people who want to be talking shit, our interviews is coming. So long story short, I got a fire ass interview lineup. I go to court for my custody trial, my child custody trial. Let me move this over here. My child custody trial on Monday, the 25th. Then, after I know when and what days I'm going to have my daughter, we're going to launch our podcast. It's going to be Mondays from 12 to 2 Eastern, 2 hours, and we're going to have some fire ass guests line up. So obviously, y'all know my interview style. So therefore, I'm not going to have no bullshit ass, listen, I got some major shit planned for you guys. It's time. It's finally time. You know, you think I'm sick of seeing these fucking weirdos around here, you know, masquerading as media and then asking dumbass questions. Yes, no, I got some real interesting interviews like lined up. Not the type of interviews where we go, listen, I got some real interesting like interviews coming up. And also, we're going to be having Skype. This right here, this is going to be Skype. Right here. This screen up here. Which way is it? This one? That one. This is going to be Skype. So we're going to be here live streaming and say, all right, let's get such and such on here real quick. So it's time. You know, people have been thinking that I can't get interviews. Phone interviews are the easiest interviews you can do. I have all these people numbers. It's just that, you know. But anyway, let's get back to it. So the purse bid situation. So with a guy like me, right, look at all this news in boxing, all these network deals and everything. January and February has been slow, yes, but March business is picking up big time. So obviously with all these, like right now with all these like boxing deals and all this shit going on and with all these new shows, for example, don't you know Sean Porter and Ugas, they had a face off, or what do they call it on Fox? You know how much content, how much money is coming our way with all this shit, especially since we got like the screen shit. There it is right here. The screen shit. You know how much content we're going to be covering? So truth be told, and also I'm not going to lie to you. I probably got to get surgery on my foot. So I'm going to be trapped in a crib for a while. ESP in the zone will win what? Can you interview Dan Rayfield, ask him why his show got canceled? Did it get canceled? He started off all right, though. He had some nice guests. You know, the first couple weeks, face to face. He had some nice guests the first couple weeks, you know. But yeah, that shit then fell off. But big move by Top Rank, big move by Frank Warren. The only people that are mad, see, Wilder doesn't seem like he's pissed off. And understand that Wilder, he only has a couple of options. You know, unless they fucking pull Klitschko out of retirement. And trust me, Klitschko has been itching to come back. He's itching. And you can't tell me people not throwing no money at him. So with AJ Wilder Fury, well, it's going to have to happen. Because Fury's in a better place to get the Joshua fight than Wilder, in my opinion. Because, you know, he's the WBC purse bid. Well, the purse bid for the WBC, that's Wilder. But also, he could be if he fights Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev is the IBF mandatory. So which means he could fight Pulev and become the mandatory or the IBF interim. They would do something like that. In regards to Joshua Big Baby Miller, that's happening in June. Immediately after that, sometime in September or October, November, unless Joshua fights Wilder, he has to fight his WBO mandatory. Who will be the WBO mandatory? Likely the winner of Fury versus somebody else. Oscar Rivas, maybe Brian Jennings, probably Oscar Rivas. We could very well see Tyson Fury versus Oscar Rivas for the WBO mandatory, or Tyson Fury versus Kubrat Pulev for the IBF mandatory, because they're both over on Top Rank. And guess what? It will go, you know, ESPN, whoever wins between Joshua Miller and Tyson Fury and whoever he fights, that purse bid, those fighters are going to make a lot of money. A lot of money. Because ESPN money is long as fuck. They got Disney backing them. And the Zone right now has the biggest budget in boxing. Didn't they say on Max on Boxing, I believe it's like $200 million a year or some shit, while ESPN has 90. I forgot the exact numbers, but Max Max Kellerman talked about it last week on the premiere of his show. It was literally the biggest topic of his show. The WBO international title, though, that would become a mandatory. You know, that was that trinket belt. I don't know all about that Fox and Disney shit. But nonetheless, don't get me wrong, PBC money is long too. Don't see, people always doubt Al Heyman because, oh, this is what I did. When people say, you know, Al Heyman net worth only $15 million. It says that on Forbes. I immediately eject myself from the conversation or the debate. They don't know what they're talking about. I immediately eject myself. I'm like, okay, you have a good day, sir. But also now, listen, here's another power move. The WBC purse bid, right? The WBC purse bid. Yeah, it's for the cartoons, not sports and shit, right? Something like that. I remember that. So ESPN can listen, I think that they may want to get a deal done. Okay, here's the way it stands right now. Fury is not leaving ESPN. He's not leaving ESPN. Wilder's going to have to fight. It's going to have to be a joint venture. It's going to have to be. Because they can outbid Showtime and PBC and make Wilder come over to ESPN. Or have to drop his belt, which he won't do. Dylan White. I forgot about Dylan White, WBO. So they can order Tyson Fury. No, it would have to be Rivas, right? I don't think that then I think about it, I don't think that Tyson Fury can get a WBO mandatory spot. He would have to go the IBF route. Because if anything, they would have to order Dylan White versus Rivas. Oh, and well, if it goes to a purse bid, remember, if it goes to a purse bid, anybody can bid. Even the Zone can bid. And they have more money than them all. Yo, this shit's about to heat up. The politics, man. The politics. How long have we been live? Wow. We only have 10 minutes left in this. Oh, no, wait. We only been live for an hour and 19 minutes. 8 minutes of me. Oh, yeah, we got some time. Fury Wilder, WBC mandated, right? There isn't a purse bid. No, it has to go to a purse bid if they don't get a deal done. Wilder will fight the winner of the mandatory. We're going to see. It's a lot of deep politics with this situation. It's a lot of deep politics. So once again, tomorrow I'm going to be at Joshua Miller press conference. And it's going to be interesting. So I'm going to be following Eddie Hearn around everywhere. Remember how I did with Tevin Farmer? He ain't like that shit. I'm going to be following. See, here's the thing. We all know that the good content is going to come from Big Baby Miller, right? He's going to be talking all that shit. But they're going to be grilling Eddie tomorrow, and I want to get it all on camera. What should I ask him? See, I don't want to ask about, let me tell you. Yesterday, I remember posting on social media that I'm not going to go to Wilder Fury and ask about Wilder Fury. I didn't want to talk about it. I was like, I'm not going to talk about it. But now, it's like, I got so many questions. Yeah, Tevin Farmer was. But so what? He got to loosen up. Like, people were saying, like, on social media, people have been, like, saying that he changed and shit. And I'm like, I don't know. Did he? You know? But he cool. I ain't worried about him. 78 said that plenty of times. The Zone or whatever it's called has all this money, yet they can't get the fighters. Exactly. They got all that. They got so much. Well, for one, I think Eddie Hearn fucked that shit up because he was running his mouth too much about, like, what fighters he was going to go after and shit like that. LDBC saying they betrayed Al Heyman. LOL, it's a business. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, he was running his mouth too much, saying, well, I'm going to sign this guy, and we have all this. Look at those guys over there on PBC. They're inactive. That shit came back to bite him in the ass. 2 purse bids. Yeah. They supposed to be winning purse bids with all that money. And that's supposed to be buying up the rights to all these fights. They supposed to be like really, really like have they lost a little bit of faith in Eddie maybe? No, I ain't gonna ask him why he lied. Come on. He did tell me that remember he told me Khan versus Khan Brook was official. You know? I think he just jumps the gun. I think he's an habitual gun jumper. That's what I think. I think he's an habitual. See, he should have known there was going to be resistance because he came over here, you know, from the UK thinking he just was going to come over here and take shit over. But he was too loud about it, you know. He was too loud. And now all this money floating around. But like I said, I can't wait. Tomorrow's going to be interesting. And then before, I used to be like dreading going to press conferences and shit. But it's like, oh, shit. He did point at me. He pointed at me. He's like, that's an exclusive. Bastard. But we got about 20 minutes left. Yeah, about 20 minutes. Most PBC fighters are happy. They are happy, but they're getting paid. And now they're getting active because they have, you know, Showtime. You know, they got PBC on Fox. They even got Bounce TV. Yeah, 78 is the king of the LDBC. He's the king of underground media. Where, truth be told, I think I should have stayed underground. Shit. Ever since I started trying to become boxing media, this shit fucking destroyed my life. Damn, it killed me. So I should have stayed underground instead of trying to motherfucking go to these motherfucking fights. I should have just not tried to be a small black business owner entrepreneur because you get called a coon. You know? But I'm cool where I'm at. But one thing for sure is after tomorrow, let me tell you, I do want to go to Joshua Miller. I think I need to go. I think I have to, right? Also, did you know that Anthony Joshua is moving over to the States? He's literally moving over here, which I think is an excellent move. He needs to establish himself over here. Next week, next Friday, he's going to be. I'm going to be doing a review on it. And this Friday, actually, on ESPN, Anthony Joshua is going to be on Max on Boxing. Who the hell is this? God damn it! Hold on. I forgot. I had to move a doctor's appointment around. I forgot I'm going to New York tomorrow. No, it was a doctor's appointment. Yeah, I got a lot of motherfucking legal bills, man. A lot of motherfucking legal bills. But anyway, what was we talking about? Yeah, that shit did fuck up. Oh yeah, I'm not bankrupt. I'm pretty broke, but not bankrupt. But yeah, my legal bills is crazy. Oh, Showtime might sue me. Showtime CBS might sue me. They might shut this channel down and sue the shit out of me. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. But anyway, what were we talking about? The heavyweight division being turned on its head. Here, let me go take another gander at Twitter. And see if we got some ranting or anything. Let's see. But yeah, I'm thinking I've gotten over my phobia of doing interviews in regards to see, I'll do one interview a week. I'm talking about a phone interview, but I don't want to base my channel off of motherfucking interviews, you know? I don't want to base my channel off of interviews. So what is this? Oh, it's a promo from Top Rank. Here, let's go look at it.
World, A-kind fellow, sir. I'm in a work so hard, I'm on my way now. I'm killing. Knocked down, but never laid down. The homies stay round, get a plate now. With LO World, A-kind fellow, sir. I'm in a work so hard, I'm on my way now. I'm killing everybody, dealing everybody on some. Everybody want cake, but nobody want bake, right? Everybody want to play with the name on the side of the stake every evening, but nobody want to make a sacrifice. Think of one to get to heaven, then you're 40 and you blink.
Nah. Let's see what they got on their page. Oh, here we are.
Consider yourself.
Oh, I forgot to record the ESPN shit. Let me set my DVR to record First Take and whatever this is right here. Hold on, I'm gonna let y'all listen.
Do you consider yourself the heavyweight champion of the world?
1,000,000%. You can't lose a Lineal championship unless you retire for good or get beaten in the ring. Even Ring Magazine still recognised me as a Lineal heavyweight champion, and they took the belt from me because it was inactive for so long, which was understandable really. So I'm still a Lineal heavyweight champion. I should be the WBC heavyweight champion, but that's another topic for another day. And everybody knows the truth, so it's a big adventure and a big story for me now to start this next chapter with ESPN.
So basically, I'm sure that he did a lot of media via satellite interviews with ESPN because he just signed with ESPN today. So we got to find that stuff. It's around here somewhere. It's around here somewhere. It's crazy. Yeah, it was hardcore fans. What, the rematch won't happen? Yeah, I'm not confident that a rematch will happen next. I'm not confident.
Bingo punch.
Yeah, he was dead and shit for a little while.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Let's watch this. Oh, there's my copyright. They're gonna copyright the shit out of me.
The battle you gotta go through to get to where you want to get. Who's got the right to stop you? I mean, maybe some of you guys got something you never finished, something you really want to do, something you never said to somebody, something. And you're told no, even after you pay your dues. Who's got the right to tell you that? Who? Nobody. It's your right to listen to your gut, and ain't nobody's right to say no after you earn the right to be where you want to be and do what you want to do. That's life. The only thing I'm asking you guys to leave on the table is what's right.
I'm a true champion, a true warrior. I went to Germany to fight Klitschko. I come to America to fight.
Yeah, this is serious.
Biggest comeback, not in boxing history, in sports history, from a man that's come back from hell, and it's fine.
I was down on my back, and I rose to my feet on the brink of defeat, because I am a champion in my heart.
He was knocked the fuck out.
You can come back, and it can be done. Everybody out there who has the same problems I've been suffering with, I did that for you guys. And if I can come back from where I come from, then you can do it too. So get up, get over it, and let's do it. Seek help, and let's do it together as a team. I did it for you guys.
Yeah, he was dead. Like at one point, what did he see up there? What did he see up there? You think he probably saw, I know it's a bad taste joke. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say that did he see Owen Hart, the blue blazer. I'm not going to say that. Maybe he saw Sting up there, about to come down with his baseball bat. Maybe he saw like through the ceiling. Maybe he saw into the heavens and shit. But he was knocked the fuck out. So normally, I always tell people this. If you were to see this screenshot, right? and you never watched boxing before in your life, if you never watched boxing before in your life, if you were to see this, what would you think? See, people don't know when you see somebody laying on a canvas like that, some horrible shit then went down. Some horrific shit then went down. So you would show a screenshot. Try it. Take this screenshot and show it to somebody who probably don't watch boxing and ask them what they think happened. They probably gonna think like, oh no, he just laying down. But the thing is, ask them, how did he get there? You know? Like when you see David Price like laying under the ring post here. What fight was that? Imagine showing somebody that thumbnail. All right, what fight was that? When he was laying. Somebody uploaded. Where he at? He was like laying under there. He had to pull himself from under there. Look. Where's the clip? He was laying under there. That wasn't what I was looking for, though. This one. So if you show somebody this thumbnail, what would you think happened? Some horrible ass, horrific shit went down. F Humble. What happened with F Humble? Is it a fighter? I'll be fighting from the Earth's famous. All right, man. Don't get knocked out, bro. That's the best advice I can get you. Nah, good luck, man. Good luck. You know, Lawrence O'Collie told me he used to watch the channel and shit, like when he was like fat. Well, he said when he was fat, but it was when he was fat years ago when I used to be fucking super controversial. But yeah, once again, I think Tyson Fury is going to fight probably Oscar Rivas, maybe Kubrat Pulev. Things have changed. Goddamn tattoo be itching. So we're just chewing the fat, bullshitting around for the next 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes of the show. What you want to talk about before I bounce? I'm taking the day off, and then tomorrow I'm coming back, and I'm getting out all the content from Joshua Miller, and then we're going to roll into my preview video. So yes, I'm back full time, and obviously, you know, I want to make sure the channel looks nice and good for when I go to court for my trial. You know, so it's going to be a real big feather in my hat to say, yes, I was at the press conference for the unified champion of the world, Your Honor. Shit. Let me see my daughter. Damn it. So let's chew the fat. Next 10 minutes. What you want to talk about? Can we talk about people that want to be joining boxing in their 30s? I thought about boxing in my 30s. Y'all think I should do it? Fred want to fight me. I can beat him. I'm a little disabilities. I haven't watched Black Monday. It was on in the background, but I couldn't get into it. I don't watch TV anymore. Unless it's boxing, I watch a lot of documentaries, but I haven't been having time to watch TV. I've been working. Like, I got fucking 4 job titles. 5. So it's always some shit that got to be done. I think that I be making shit look easy. That's why people think I don't be busy, but it's always some shit that's got to be done. Shakur versus Diaz. That can be I'm looking forward to that. That's his first big step up. I'm looking more forward to that. Shakur Stevenson is facing Christopher Diaz on the undercard of Crawford versus Khan. John Dermott. Yeah, of course. I gotta fix this chat. I don't know why it's under the fucking hold up. Why it's under the words? I can't see it. There we go. Hold on, let me fix this. There we go. All right, there we go. Secure singing down. Broner, Collazo would, man, I don't know about Broner. Broner, see, here's the thing. You don't want Broner to take too much time off because then he's going to get fat and then get unfocused. People are already saying he's running through that bread. I'm hoping that he did something smart, or maybe Al Heyman did something smart and put some of that bread up until he like 40. You know, he needed to take some of that pack because what other big paydays is he going to get? He got the biggest payday he could get. The next one will be Mayweather. You know how many times he said he retired on social media? He done said he retired so many times. So if he retired, I hope he put that bread up. Because I think he probably tweeted that shit drunk or posted that shit drunk. That Haney Gamboa, I'm hearing that that's bullshit. It's not confirmed. I would love for it to happen. Remember, we can't, you know, I mean, I was hearing that. Then all of a sudden, you know, somebody was posting about Gamboa versus Cuellar to build the winner of that. Especially if it's Gamboa to fight Tank Davis. They ain't talking to A.B. Thurman. Who talking that? I thought that was the most dickhead shit I ever heard. Like, I don't know where that rumor came from, but Broner's not even ranked. Like by the WBA at that. No, he is. But nah, I never entertained that. I don't know where that dirty, stupid rumor came from, but I'd probably Fred. But I never entertained that. It's rumor, you know. McDonough's comeback is going to be calculated. So McDonough's comeback, expect for his. Yeah, they can go Figueroa. Expect for McDonough to fight like somebody of low caliber, you know, because they want to test him out. And also remember, he already had issues getting hit in the body. So him coming back fat or getting his body back in shape, it's going to be rough on him. People are going to be going right for that body. Yup, I'm working with the zone, Alex. Yup. Where do you people get this stuff? Jesus, man. I will be talking to some people from the zone tomorrow, though. That's why I'm staying out there a little bit extra. Twilight going to be there. Twilight. I'm probably talk to him. Probably talk to him. Just made $20 million versus Povetkin. Yeah, Molina said there's a rematch clause. What? How would Molina have a rematch clause? You ain't showing Top Rank at Showtime. What are you talking about? Hey, somebody, look, it's a fucking. I put that fucking that ad down there. You see that? It just popped up. Sean Porter versus your Dennis Ugas. So therefore, somebody put that asshole on timeout. Alex, you got to go on timeout. You just making shit up. You just saying anything. I put that shit down there. Thank you. Make me sick. 5 minutes left and we're getting the hell out of here. Coming in my chat talking shit. Yeah, I got to catch up. I'm going to clean up my crib. I'm going to lay around, play some video games, you know, and then head to that press conference tomorrow. And I'm going to stream the whole thing from when I get off the train. So we're going to go right in there and set up shop. We're going to talk to everybody, at least as many people as we can. Fury versus Joe Park? Yes, that can happen. That can happen. Pulev is the IBF mandatory, yes. But the WBO mandatory comes first. Dylan White's trying to get his hands on that. Or, you know, Wilder White. That's more possible now. I think that's more realistic now. Especially since my theory is Al Heyman been in Dylan White's ear. You know? Do I think AB made more than $10 million? What was the pay-per-view buys? Yes, I think he may have. I think he probably got close. I think he made more. He definitely made more than 5. I think AB could have made 10 million. I think he could have. I know it's more than 5 because the pay-per-view was, you know, considered a success. around 8. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at around 8. I just hope that he don't blow that fucking money. And then we hear about him being broke or doing some dumb shit or getting locked up and they really keeping him this time. Like, I just hope that somebody like really, really like talking to him and like, yo, you got the payday. Al Heyman blessed you. You know, like put that fucking bread up. You know, you can still be out there living that life shit, but come on, man. Don't blow that money, AB. Please don't blow that money, bro. That shit gonna be some sad ass news, you know? Like Broner broke and all that shit, sad ass news. Freer would get the win. Yeah. Wasn't Broner just throwing money around in the strip club? Well, yeah, you know, niggas gonna do that shit. Do I think Madonna's broke? No, but I know that he sees all this money that's floating around. I think Madonna probably moving weight, man. Madonna see all this money that's out here, and same thing with guys like Kelly Pavlik and Andre Ward and all that. They seeing this money. Even Klitschko, they're like, shit. When has money ever? When has boxing ever had this much money? And remember, boxers are not getting robbed like they was before. I'm talking about financially. They still getting robbed, probably likely, but it's not like it was before where like Don Key was just straight taking your shit. Like boxers are making the most money they've ever made. Yeah, Pavlik been hinting at returning at cruiserweight. Madonna has a successful promotion, yeah, but that's not like big money. That's not like super big money. Come on, bro. But however, he's supposed to have. Remember, he used to have all those cows and shit. They said that prized cattle and shit. He don't have. Where's his cows? I know he likes guns and grenades and shit. Fucking grenades on a coffee table, no bullshit. Like, got fucking grenades on your coffee table. Like, what do you do in a like how do you like, you know how like gang violence and shit? Motherfuckers have